Successful trading is all about knowing what to do and doing what you know. The doing part is what makes trading difficult due to our human psychology and conditioning. Hello, my name is Shegun Chatu for 7. I train traders how to trade in harmony with the market. So today we're going to be doing the weekly trade planning session. Okay, couple of things I have done already, which will help us to be able to cover more ground in terms of the analysis of the pairs. Okay, I've done the wave structure on the indices, and also I have done the buy point and the sell points on the pairs that I will be sharing with us today. So let's start with the US dollar index. We're using the 4 hours because over the last couple of weeks, I've actually seen that as a fruitful thing. Instead of using the daily or the weekly chart and looking from Sunday to the end of the week, we actually find that sometimes there's a change in the perception during the week. So what I tend to do in the for my student is we visit this again on Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. Okay, so the dollar index quickly is bullish, it's going through bullish reversal. We can see this. We have a momentum low here, below momentum low. We're expecting for price to continue, but we saw this reversal, which was actually a very good one. If you look at this, this is a ABC pullback, which was valid. Technically, that was a structure people were selling here. Price came down, or as we can see, the news that came out on Friday pushed the price above that. So you have to respect this. So for now, the dollar index is bullish. Okay, it's going through a bullish reversal. Okay, we go to the euro. The euro, as we can see, we have a bearish continuation in the euro US dollar. The trend, this is the trend, right? Series of lower lows, and this here is a reset point. Price came below above it, spent a while there actually before eventually breaking down. For us, the euro is bearish and is one of the most bearish pair on the basket, and we should be looking for bearish continuation in the euro index. Okay, we look at the Australian dollar. This is slightly different. If you squeeze this chart up, and as you can see, we have the wave count. We have a failure here. Okay, this 4 failed to make a higher high 5, and price came down. That is what we call the trend changing pattern. For those that have been watching my video for the last couple of months, you will know what we have here. Even though we have an idea of what is happening, but it takes time. You have to learn to accept that some price formation will take time, especially when it comes to trend changing or a directional change. It takes time for this thing to actually unfold. So you have to make do with all those short trades where you buy now, you close within an hour or two, and until you have the long runs that uh, normally happens maybe 10 times a month or 2 months a year. Okay, so that is very important, and you have to learn to be able to make yourself comfortable in the areas where price is not going as fast as you would have liked. It's still a trading environment, so we have to take advantage of that. So in short, the Australian dollar is going through a reversal because this is 4. Until we break below this reversal point, we cannot 100% say this is a fully bearish market, because anything can happen above this reversal point. They can still go back and make a new high. So this has to be watched closely during the week. Okay, we move on to the Swiss. We call the Swiss bullishness when the price was at the low, and now we can see a new wave structure has formed. We have a wave structure 5. We've seen ABC down. This is not a bearish market. This is just a pullback. Okay, because what price is doing is giving us a pullback, and they may continue the trend. Always expect the trend to continue. Okay, unless the price give you a structure that is bearish, you cannot think this is a bearish market. Okay, our expectation for now, unless the price come below, I'll probably say below 3. Even with this, there's no technical reference unless this current pullback give us a pullback up and break this C level. Then we can say maybe we now have a deep correction going on. All right, but where we are right now, we can expect a continuation. If this thing starts to break below the 2 momentum highs here, then the destination is the 4 here, because that is your reset point. But currently, in terms of ranking, the Swiss is bullish. We go to the JPY. The JPY is bullish. Okay, we call this bullish pullback. All right, look at this here. This is ABC down. We've broken above it. As long as we stay above here, our best trade in the JPY within reason, we have a structure here, we have a low here. So as long as we stay above these two highs, these two lows, sorry. Okay, there's one here and there's one here. Okay, this one actually is very important for those that follow pattern. I don't like doing it, but it's very evident and it's clear. Look at this. We may have something like this, okay, and that will give us a new wave structure. We have a high already that's come above this structural point. That will be retested. As long as they stay above this low, you are still expecting the buyers to come in and push this price up. If they break this low, okay, then the bearishness begin again. Okay, but we can see we have two-way structure down. Let me reset this chart. Okay, we have three-wave structure down. Sorry, 1 2 3 4 1 0 1 2 3 4 5, pull back 0 1 2 3 4 5, pull back. Then we have the 3. There should be that is the structure of the market. At the end of the day, we don't want to force anything, because based on the structure, the high probability trade is for the price to come and break the structure. At least after the 3 wave structure down, they will give us a strong retracement, which is that is the truth. That is this thing that I'm showing you will not change in the market. Anything else will change, but the structure of the market will not change. But the problem we have dealing with the market like this is we want something to happen in our own time. It doesn't work like that. So you have to allow the time for price to develop into the direction that they want to go to. Okay, the next one we're going to be looking at is the pound index. As you can see, the pound became bullish with this wave structure, very prolonged actually, but we haven't seen anything. This here is just a reversal, is a normal pullback. No major structure has been broken. Okay, and as long as we stay above 126.84, we should be expecting this discounting to come to an end and for a continuation move. If price starts to break below 126.84, then we can start to look for a deeper retracement, which will come to the reset point of 4. Okay, then that we can then think of bearish. Okay, but here, if I start to think of bearishness, that means I'm not following the market, I'm predicting. Right now, there's nothing to predict about. The simple thing with trading is the price will not travel in a straight line. If you have a directional move like this, even though the price was coming from this low up, you can see it doesn't travel in a straight line. It goes up, it pulls back, it goes up, it pulls back, it goes up, it pulls back, because that is the direction. And you shouldn't think this is going to change all the way down here. Unless we start to see a break of the key structures, then we can only think of a continuation move. So pound is bullish. Okay, this is just a pullback, and after the pullback, as long as no major structure broken in the opposite direction, we should be expecting a continuation move in the pound index. Well, the next one is the Canadian. The CAD is bearish. We have a bearish continuation. We've seen a structural failure here. This 4 has failed to make a higher high 5. We've broken down. This has broken the 2 as well. This is a bona fide bearish market. Sorry. We have a bearish market. We don't need to talk too much about this. Any pullback here is an opportunity to sell. Okay. But the best thing you have to watch out for, because we are now breaking below 2 structures at the same time. From my experience, they can reverse the price for a pullback, but we trade what we see, not what we think. As long as it stays below the 72.65, we are going to be looking for selling opportunity in the Canadian pairs. So the last one is the New Zealand, and as you can see, New Zealand is going through a pullback. You can call this a reversal. The major structure hasn't been broken, so we have to see this. This is an uptrend currently on this 4-hour chart. This is a pullback. As long as we stay above the 60.82, we don't want to be thinking of selling. Okay, every sell that comes here is just a scalp. Take your profit and move on. Then the best trade are the ones that you take in the direction of the trend. So the New Zealand is going through a reversal, which is kind of negative as long as the reversal is ongoing. But as soon as the price turned around, which this one has actually, then we can start to look for a buying opportunity. I have done the portfolio selection. Okay, this is what we have. The dollar is positive, euro is negative, Australia is negative but reversal. So a reversal is not a change of trend. A reversal is a discount. So it's negative now, but it can be positive tomorrow once the price starts to go in the direction of the trend. So we have the Swiss franc, which is going through a bullish pullback, Japanese yen bullish pullback, uh British pound bullish pullback, Canadian bearish continuation, the New Zealand reversal, which is negative right now, but it can turn to positive. Aussie and New Zealand are similar. Okay, I've come up with these pairs. They are not these are not just what um let me recount myself. These are not the only pairs you can trade, but based on my interpretation of what I can see in the indices, that is why I have selected the US dollar, Canadian dollar, Aussie Canadian dollar, and pound card as the buy pairs, and the sell pairs are the Euro US dollar, Canadian dollar, Japanese yen, Euro pound, and Euro Aussie. Okay, today, because of time, I'm going to be looking at the US dollar, Canadian dollar briefly on the 4-hour chart. We're not going to go in depth. I've got some buy points and sell points there, and I'm going to explain why I'm doing that. We also have I'll do the US dollar CAD, I'll do the Euro US dollar, I'll do the CAD yen because we're trading the CAD yen this week. And if time permits me, I'm going to add one more major, maybe pound US dollar or something like that, because I know people like to see those things. So let's start with the US dollar, Canadian dollar. So this past week has been a very important week for the pairs. We have some important news that came out. The Canadian Bank of Canada, they dropped the interest rate, and the price reacted to it but went sideways after that. What we can see in the Canadian, I posted a trade, I can't remember now, and in the class as well, I mentioned it to the guys. I said the CAD weakness is very evident, and we have seen Canadian reacting a lot to the US dollar news, and the dollar news has more impact on the Canadian than the CAD news itself, and we've seen it play out many times. To cut the long story short, this is a momentum high, this is a pullback, and you can see nothing has happened. This has just taken a while for this thing to form back to the upside. And what you can see here is a breakout above 2 major highs. There's one here, there's one here. And we've got this pin here, which I've put as the buy point, because above here, selling is no longer an option. If price come below here, maybe you can scalp. Okay, this is now this thing is going up. That is the momentum high, and based on the trend, you can see every momentum high after the consolidation phase, price will go and break the high because that is the trend. So our buy point right now is a probability point. Okay, because I said buy point doesn't mean you jump in and buy. You can look for a buying opportunity based on your strategy above 137.41. Selling, for me, I'm not going to touch the sell. Okay, I can look for selling opportunity below 136.63. That's it for the US dollar, Canadian dollar. Let's look at the CAD yen. This is very interesting. Look at how long this price spent on this range. Then we have Friday. We had a momentum low. I like 5 minutes chart. I was selling this. We had a momentum low break. Then we saw a, let's actually do this because this is important. That is a signal there. Okay. Let me show you this quickly. So this was 4, okay, 4 that made 5. Then we came above it slightly, but we noted that because we said next time price come above here, we are not even going to ask the question, we're going to buy it. And that's what we did. The news came back a little bit down, but price went up again. We have a reversal, and this is where the market stopped on Friday. Right now, okay, this is below the sell point. We can look for selling opportunity here. We are allowed to sell below this price point, okay? If we come back above it, this price will roll reverse itself and it will become a buy point. But your safe buy is here because the 4 that brought the price down to this point hasn't been tested. I think the last post I made on TradingView, I mentioned this thing here. This is your reversal point, okay? They are trying to confuse people with a lot of sideways pattern consolidation that has been going on. Eventually, for the trend to continue lower, we believe this area 114.80 should be traded. But don't take my word for it. Trade what you see. That is why we have this buy point and sell point here, because it doesn't represent that you, once the price cross above this point, you buy. No, we're just saying above here, the high probability trade we should be taking is buy. Below here, high probability trade we should be taking is sell. And if price break those price point, let's say a sell point, price come above it, that will roll reverse itself, then we can start to look for buying opportunity. So that is the Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Let's look at doing one more, and one more of our pairs. I think the euro US dollar is very good. We can look at doing the euro US dollar. So this is very important. This is a momentum high. We came back down, we have a reset, and we should be expecting a continuation move. But look at what happened here. The high became a reversal point. You can see this M pattern here. This is strong. The starting point of this wave is here. So this is going through a strong continuation move. Look at that. This is a reset point, a momentum low, a pullback, and this has broken down. For us, the euro, it might have a pullback, but below the 1.0827, buying is not an option. If you are thinking of trading the way we think of trading, as a probability game, if you start to buy here, you're wasting your time. Okay, any pullback here is an opportunity to sell. If price starts to come back above the 1.0827, we can look to, you can fill the market based on the wave structure on the smaller time frame. Above here, yes, I can start be confident. Above the 1.0854, I can start to look for a stronger buy situation above there. But below here, the best situation, the best or the high probability situation is to be looking for a selling opportunity. That is basically what we have going into the week commencing the 9th of June 2024. My name is Shegun Chat 247. I wish you a successful trading week and God bless.